Tonight, on the Silver 5150 channel, we're going to spotlight on the 10-ounce Tombstone nugget. It's a nice size nugget, very portable. Wait a minute, did I say the Silver 5150 channel? How about 10 kilo nuggets from the Scottsdale Mint? Tombstone, that is. And these are the real deal. Not to say that the 10 ounce is not. It's very nice. But it's not a kilo, let's be honest. And when it comes to silver, more is better. M-O-A-R. More is better. Earlier I was talking about politics and how people have allowed themselves to become immersed in the dog and pony show that's going on TV with the elections and all that good stuff. Well, the bottom line is, there really isn't a whole lot you can do about the corruption in politics, especially in the United States. You can be engaged and you can, try to go out and maybe campaign a little, whatever, floats your boat. It doesn't matter if you're left or right. I mentioned that earlier because there's so much corruption on either side. Good luck trying to turn them, into something, usable. In any case, that world is screwed up, but your world doesn't have to be, Chris Dwayne says. You can place yourself outside of the system with more, M-O-A-R, silver. Now, these Tombstone Kilo Nuggets, they are the real deal. And if you look, every single one of them is actually different. They may look similar. Let's go ahead and stack those up. But they are different. They have different pounds, dents in from the hammers and stuff, and they're all unique. And I'm going to tell you, that's a big deal. That's a big deal when it comes to minted silver like this, to have each one be unique. So if you haven't got any Tombstone kilos or tenths or 5 ounces, you are missing out. So imagine, you're a real badass. It's the 1800s, and you're the John Wick of the 1800s, and you're leaving Dodge City. You've taken out probably 100 bounties, and you've gotten a kilo of silver for every 10 bounties, and now it's time to ride out of town. You take all 10 kilos, you put them in one saddlebag, and the horse is like, "Oh, hell no! You gotta spread it around a bit." Because it's too heavy. 2.2 pounds per bar, that's a kilo. Times 10 bars, that's 22 pounds. Plus your little tether. You don't want to forget that. But, my point is, again, the more you have that can keep you outside of the old system, the more wealth you have stored outside of the old system, the more you'll be able to leverage into the new system when the world is a different place. When people's morality, their word, being forthright, and being honest, and less of a crook will actually matter again. We don't know when that's going to be. Some of us might not even live to see that day. But as long as we're heading in that direction, we're going to be okay. One of the things I like about the Tombstone Nugget is that, no matter how you present it or how you look at it, it tells you about the reality of silver. Silver is a precious metal. It is a precious commodity. It's probably the second most used commodity, besides oil, petroleum. All right, and it doesn't get a lot of top billing. Gold gets top billing, and pork bellies and corn and wheat and soybeans, and as far as commodities go. But silver is the money. It is the money of the people, not of kings. Gold is the money of kings or our elected officials, as they so think they are. But silver is the money of the people. It is the gentleman's cash. Gentlemen have silver, and they go around and do gentlemanly things. We go back to chivalry. We go back to being good to our neighbors. We go back to taking care of those who can't take care of themselves. It allows you to fulfill a lot of desires and purposes that you may not have thought of doing back, when you were broke. But I'm telling you right now, you position yourself with more of this, and you'll be less broke when this monetary system rolls over. And it's going to roll over. What is it going to look like? Is credit going to slow down? Is credit going to become unavailable? Are banks going to limit you on what you can get out from withdrawals? Are you going to have problems with your job? Is the government going to slow down? Are they going to have furloughs? This sort of thing. All of these concerns and woes and worries on top of the political situation are things that you can't necessarily remove yourself from. You don't want to disengage from life completely, but you do want to position yourself to where you don't have to worry about it so much financially. Right now, silver is a steal. It is a steal and a screaming deal. Gold is a good deal too. But silver is an even better deal, and silver can do most of the things gold does in terms of money or transferring wealth from one side of a monetary system to another. In this particular case, silver is around $17 an ounce, but if you look in the Bible, people worked in the vineyards for 12 hours in a day by the metric of $15 an hour, which, a lot of people say should be the minimum wage. That's $180 a day for a silver dime. All right? Now you start talking an ounce, and now you're talking $1,800 in nominal value and notional value in terms of hard human labor. That's just a single 1 ounce round. You start getting into the kilos or even the 10 ounce nuggets or bars or rounds, and now you're talking some serious hard human labor in terms of hours, nominal value, stowed away. So you need to start thinking about wealth in that context, not wealth in terms of dollar value or dollar numbers or denominations, this sort of thing. Think of it in terms of human labor, human energy stored up in a place where you can reclaim it later. I'm telling you, once this thing rolls over and people are having to go out and figure out how to salvage whatever they can get, in terms of reestablishing themselves financially, they're going to find themselves working for a system that probably is backed by this and maybe a couple of other things. And if you don't have it, you're going to have to work for it. But if you already have it, you don't have to worry about working for it because you have it. And then you can leverage that against the new system as you make deposits in the banks, depositories, what have you, and give yourself that debit edge or that credit card edge with this newfound wealth. So this is what a stack of kilo tombstones looks like, because here at the Silver 5150 channel, we don't do things small. And 10 ounces is not small. But we just do things bigger. And there's more big things to come if you continue tuning in. If you like this content, continue to watch, like, share, subscribe, and comment. All right, guys. Thank you for sharing that with me. Thank you for listening to my thoughts about politics. And think about how you can start storing new wealth away for yourself. You can do this. It's very easy. And we'll probably go through that later, too. We'll talk to you.